Hiya, happy Samhain, happy new month. It's the 1st of November. It is Samhain. I'm out at a park nearby here in Athens. I'm in front of what is it? It's a mandarin tree, I think. It's a citrus tree. Anyways, lockdown is upon us once again. So Tuesday they're going to be closing everything down. It was the last day that we would have the opportunity to come out and enjoy the sunshine and enjoy the fresh air and a little bit of, wilderness and plants and everything. I'm here at a big cafe / open theatre that they got, and here at the back you can see one of the hills of Athens. It's called Lycabettus. It's the highest hill of Athens. It's my favorite hill to climb. Unfortunately, I can't do it this year because I had a severe sprain. Last month I've been off my feet, and now I've just managed to start walking again using a cane and everything. So, in terms of the season, I would like to say, season's blessings. What a glorious thing nature is. I'm slowly beginning to understand that, my spirituality and practice needs to be a lot more about nature. I've been thinking about buying a piece of land. The first thing that I decided to do was to buy a permaculture course. So I'm doing the permaculture course. It's really brilliant. I'm really happy about it. Yesterday I attended an online ritual about a very well-known Wiccan elder that passed away in London, Ken Rees. So he was an important figure, and he was quite important for me as well, because when I first moved to London, I contacted a website which was about Wicca. I believe it was the Wicca org UK or core UK, and I told them I'm a seeker, I'm a newcomer, I know nobody, and I would like to be in touch with initiates and so on. So they got me in contact with Ken, and after exchanging a few emails, he was kind enough to invite me over to his house. And I went to his house, and I had set up this system with my sister that I would send her messages, text messages, to make sure that everything is fine and so on. And he was a lovely, lovely man. And he sort of proposed that we could start working magically together as magical partners. But I was really looking for the coven experience, and also I wasn't sure whether magical partnership was a thing, and I was taking too many precautions, which in this case wasn't necessary, because he was a very well-known elder and he was recommended to me and so on. And then he invited me, so he was doing these esoteric talks in colleges and universities, and then he invited me to one of his talks, the Mary Ward Center, and I went there, and it was very clear that he was very knowledgeable and very brilliant, and all his students loved him and looked up to him. Anyway, to cut the long story short, I didn't have the money at the time, being a student, and trying to live on a shoestring basically in London, paying London rents and so on, and coming from a Greek background with Greek salaries to support this wasn't brilliant. So I could not subscribe to his courses, unfortunately, and I kind of lost touch with him. The last time I saw him was at a Pagan Federation London event, and I saw him. He was working with a cane, much like myself. From the first time that I met him, I was waiting for him outside his house because he had to attend an event, and I remember seeing him emerge through the London fog, let's say, this this slender figure with his cane and everything. So, yeah, it was a really lovely ritual yesterday, and it has proven to me that online stuff has a place, you know. It really has a place, and it really gives you feelings and sentiments, and it brings back memories and so on. I was really sad to hear of his passing. I attended the ritual and I heard all the experiences that people had with him, and all of them were very magical and fantastic. But one of the things that someone said in that ritual was that before something actually exists in the real plane, it exists in the astral plane. So that was one of the ideas that Ken Rees had told them at one point, with regards to a holiday cottage, that, before you actually buy it, it exists in the astral plane. So I like to think of my situation at the moment like this. I don't have a plot of land. There isn't a plot of land in sight, one that I could afford. But I'm pretty sure that this is in the astral plane. It's been 10 years now that I've been, making these long lists of the trees that I would love to plant should I have a piece of land. And in one of those lists I had said a 15 years plan that, in 15 years I'm going to be able to have this and afford this. And I'm not up to that 15-year mark yet, but I'm getting closer. I really hope that I'm going to be able to purchase a piece of land, and I'm going to start working on permaculture. I did watch a Starhawk video as well. So she's been doing permaculture. That's what she's been doing. And what she said was basically that, being really in touch with the gods and being really into Wicca is basically doing permaculture, because you're there, you're working with the land and so on. And that really resonated with me, because I remember doing a lot of rituals in London. One of the ones that I really cherished was the one led by a druid. I think his name is Neil Shanks, but I'm not sure now. So that was in Camlet Moat, which is a huge Roman ancient settlement within Trent Park, which is a huge park, and Coke Fosters. And what really was astonishing for me back then was that this druid, he actually knew his shit. We were walking past trees and he would identify them, and he would tell us stories about these trees, the medicinal properties, the magical properties, this and that. And I felt that, that's what it really means to be a witch, wandering around and really knowing what's going on. Not having to go online and order lavender and then walking past the lavender bush and not being able to identify it or recognize it if it's not in bloom, let's say. So it's been quite a few years now that I've been thinking about it. For this year, this is the intention that I put out to the astral plane. Well, obviously, first, that everybody is all right, myself and my family. There has been quite a very strange series of misfortunes and injuries in my family going on. And I think it's because of a person that has been really seriously bad-mouthing us. So there you go, some protection magic for me to work now. Yeah, that's the thing. This one, in terms of, this new witchy year starting today, the 1st of November, and in terms of promises to myself, promises to the gods, promises to the earth, I think that's what I would like to do, work the land, be a warden of the land somehow, some kind of land stewardship, protect the land, make sure everything is better for that land, and in the meantime, creating sort of a tiny little paradise that might be able to sustain us at some level. So that's it. I would really love to hear how everything has been working out for you. COVID, the year that went by, Samhain, Did you attend any rituals? I attended a couple of online rituals about Samhain, apart from this memorial ritual for these elders passing, and they were all great, really. That's it. I would really love to hear from everyone. I'm going to be back here. I'm going to try to do videos. Today it's Sunday. On Tuesday we are on lockdown again. We're not supposed to be leaving our houses. So I'm going to see how is that going to work out. I'm for the time being, saying that I don't have any land, I'm thinking about buying some wood and making some raised beds in the balcony and trying out some hardy plants as to, avoid any first-timers disappointment. So that's it for now. Hope to hear from you. Samhain blessings to everyone. I really hope that the next year is going to be better than the last one. Cheers. Blessings.